Did someone say Weeaboots? Cause I think I just heard someone say
fingers around my dick.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Weeaboots, the anime review podcast from Weeaboots.com. We lost count, but today we're reviewing Nurse Witch Komugi R, which is an anime television series. With me today is Bob.
Hey, I'm here.
From Weeaboots.com. And Jay/Hail Zeon from Hail Zeon.
Unfortunately.
So hey, we watched Nurse Witch Komugi R. Now Bob/Jay/Hail Zeon/Gigaboots. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a reboot of a thing?
Yeah, it was originally just regular Nurse Witch Komugi.
Okay,
I don't remember what year it was.
No. I'm gonna handle this part. Okay. Nurse Witch Komugi was originally a side character in Soul Taker. Soul Taker being a Tatsunoko production that it was directed by Akiyuki Shimbo, the crazy man behind Shaft Studios, and it was hyper stylized, dark gothic superhero series, fantastic. And then you had this bright pink magical witch girl that completely clashed with the atmosphere of the series because Shimbo, fuck you. Then they made Nurse Witch Komugi, which was an OVA, which was both a parody of Soul Taker and the magical girl genre as a whole. And then this fucking abortion happened.
I don't know if it's an abortion.
It should have been goddamn aborted.
Don't show your hand so early. In any case, who's the director here? Because it ain't Shimbo.
It's Keiichiro Kawaguchi. He's directed Hayate the Combat Butler, Mayo Chiki, Oni Ai, and Please Tell me Galco-chan, which I put that on here because that is another anime running this season. What? It's an 8-minute one, but still, wow.
That's great. And Sket Dance.
Yes.
Real quick, just so we can cover it. Mayo Cheeky, because it has mayonnaise and a chicken on the title card.
Yeah.
Hans Von. Let's move on to the anime production, Bob.
Done by Tatsunoko Production. They've done tons of classic anime.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah,
we've covered them before on this show.
Isn't Tatsunoko a character from Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yes.
Okay.
He's the big golden one.
Oh, yeah. Who the fuck is that? Galactus.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Case. They made Gatchaman and Catherine, and if you don't know them,
Gatchaman,
how the fuck are you watching
Yatterman,
this? Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of remaking of their old properties like Gatchaman Crowds and like reinventing them in new interesting ways. Gatchaman Crowds, Catherine Sins, Yatterman Nights.
I mean, it's pretty obvious this is made by Tatsunoko when Yatterman shit keeps showing up. And
they really heavily throw in those Yatterman things.
They try to find the easiest way to throw in some Yatterman
yeah, because I need
references.
something of quality in this.
Well, hey, let's not show our hand too early here, Jay. You're killing me.
All right.
They need a reason to watch this.
Yeah, why don't you summarize these amazing characters and the plot?
Nurse Witch Komugi R is a very intelligent parody of idol culture, while also having an adventure with aliens. See, being an idol is their part-time jobs, which is kind of funny when you think about it. It's a lot like what's the name of that one you watched? Where that was that really shitty idea of what being an idol was, and she was poor and shit because her castle was taken at the beginning.
God.
In any case, Wally remembers that.
Monochrome.
What was it? Monochrome Chan? Whatever. In any case, our main character is Komugi, the titular character.
Are you trying to seduce them?
Komugi Yoshida. And Komugi is like a lower class idol. She's not quite as famous as her friends, so she sort of opens shows and things for like pharmacies, and she's like singing at the edge of the store and trying to promote their goods and things. And you know, like she's got these old men who back her up because you know they really like her and want her to do well, but she's a dipshit. And you know, it's really about building these characters and the interactions thereof. The other characters are Kokona Sayonji, and she's Komugi's friend. She's got blue hair, and She's a bit more introspective. You know, she doesn't express herself a lot. She's really nice and there for her friends all the time and tries hard. She's got that sort of like overachiever complex.
Student council president, straight A student.
Yep, she's a very developed character.
Rich as fuck, idol.
Then there's Tsukasa Kisaragi. She's a blonde-haired idol who's incredibly popular, and she's very stern and serious and
Isn't that the
most
tranny?
of the time. But no, that's the other one. Wait,
No, she's the one that
she's the one that keeps processing.
why'd you put her on here and not? Wait,
That, what
wait.
do you mean?
Okay, never
yeah,
mind.
no, she's the main other idol.
But yeah, she's stoic and stuff, but really, really deep down, she's just a normal girl, and she likes thinking. She has lots of plushies at her house, and she's just it's layers. These characters have layers, and
They're like onions.
Then
It makes you want to cry.
aliens come down from outer space and demand that they turn into magical girls and fight stupid fucking enemies. The stupid fucking enemies are created when a fancy card hits a device and transforms it into a monster.
Which is nothing like a cloud card whatsoever. Just
No.
to throw that in. Certainly no card captor Sakura parallels to be
Well,
found
it's a
here.
satire of Cardcaptor Sakura and idol culture, okay? So, But yeah, first episode, it lands on a film camera, and then that thing turns into some weird-ass monster that vaguely looks like a camera and keeps yelling, film, 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 as it shoots everything and transforms stuff.
Yeah.
Which is some pretty tenuous ties to being a camera.
Yeah,
Because last time I checked, cameras don't transform people into other things. This series is dumb as hell. The weirdest part of the series, because it is just supposed to be some stupid, like, weird parody of, like, idol culture, but also it's a magical girl anime involving aliens and their fetishization of collecting cards, which involve them battling monsters, is that in every episode there is a full actual idol sequence that's done in 3D.
Yeah, the CGI.
And it looks straight up from a Vocaloid software.
They just go full fucking Vocaloid.
It's so fucking weird because it's like, first episode, I had the ride leading into it, and I'm like, okay, well, this is gonna be parody. These lyrics seem kind of funny. And then as it goes on, it's like, no,
They're just doing this.
Yeah,
it's
they're
just
just doing
straightforward.
it,
And then
which is-
second episode, it doesn't even have a hint of being ironic.
Yeah.
With that sequence, and there's no lyrical depth to mislead you into thinking it's parody. Every episode does this. We watched 3 episodes. Every one of those had a full fucking Vocaloid dance sequence.
I mean, I guess that these first 3 episodes were introducing the 3 main characters, but still, I don't. That's
I don't expect
weird.
it to stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's weird as shit. Oh, and the aliens are all cute things. One's
they're your generic
a tanuki, and the other one's a cat, and the other one's a
bunny.
bunny.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Usopp.
And the main character and her friend and then the blonde-haired chick all become magical girls with the names Magical Nurse, Magical Sister,
And Magical Maid.
and Magical Maid. Magical Maid is her best friend. And Magical Maid's weirdly into BDSM in a way that
yes,
doesn't come up in episode 3.
Yeah.
No, like, it seems that if she hits her head while transformed, she goes into S&M mode.
Yeah, that was dumb.
I'm sure that'll come back, not just be a one-off thing. Knowing this series, it of course will come back because they have a habit of reusing the
Yes,
same joke.
They love reusing their jokes.
Good lord.
and
The savings. Wonder how he directed 2 animes this season. So, Bob, you watched the original.
I watched one episode of the
Pre-reboot.
original, like, a long time ago.
What did you think of that?
That I thought was really funny. Like, it was... But again, this was a long time ago I saw it. I remember it being just... It got into the subject matter really quick. It didn't bother trying to be an idol show at all. And it was just all really weird stuff happening. They would drop you right into the middle of... All of them already have their transformations. You don't have to deal with her learning who Usopp is.
Monochromatic. Is that... No. Okay. I'm trying to remember. Miss Monochrome? Is that
yeah,
the name?
that's
There
it,
we
Miss
go.
Monochrome.
I've been trying to remember this whole time. Continue.
But yeah, so I definitely, from what I remember, enjoyed that a lot more. But
Jay, have you seen that?
Yes.
Now, what did you think of that?
I've seen a
anime?
couple episodes way back around the same time Bob did.
Okay, so a billion years ago, so your opinion may be different now.
So,
what did you think of that? That's all we're talking about now.
I thought it was really good when I had seen it. I really wanted to pick it up and purchase it, which apparently that's never going to happen because now it's like $100.
Anime's a great hobby.
Yep, and that's for like a used copy is $100.
Yeah, they've taken it off all streaming sites.
Yeah. It has been wiped clean from the internet. Because I don't think they want people to know that there's a better version.
Whoa, hey! We're only talking about the original.
I am just talking about the original. I'm talking about how it's a great series.
Okay.
I was about to say though, but yeah, like it was a fun parody. The opening was brilliant because it starts off with like this. I think it was like a car chase and like an action sequence.
And then orange juice.
It started off
Strange juice. There
with a scene straight out of fucking Soul Taker, where it was really building itself up as a sequel to Soul Taker. It had the main character. It was on the exact same dark, gritty art style. And then, like, at the end of the action sequence, you just hear, cut! And they're on a fucking sound stage. And
always good.
yeah, like, it was that joke. It was great. It was really well executed. And then it just goes into cute magical girl shtick for the rest of it. And like, but it was just, clearly just being a parody of that and making fun of elements of Soul Taker as well as making fun of just the magical girl genre as a whole.
It also, I think in general, had that like darker art style you kind of see in the old Soul Taker and stuff. Like
Yeah.
used much darker
They still
colors.
had their original character designs, which I found out the character designer for Komugi and the original Komugi and the character designer for Soul Taker is the character designer for Bakemonogatari.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, like and it makes sense. His connection to Shimbo and just the way those characters looked and how like their hair looks and yeah. So yeah, they actually maintain that more gritty like this art style that came out of a more gritty hardcore anime, but there are these cute magical girls in a very colorful, bright series, and it was great stuff.
Right. Okay. So to finish this circle, I haven't seen that at all. That was quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't have opinions on it because once again, I haven't seen that at all.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're here to review though Nurse Witch Komugi R. Now, Bob,
Yeah.
we're gonna start with you, so Jay has to keep it bottled up for even a minute or two longer.
Okay.
Bob, how did you feel about this anime?
I think this anime is just okay. Like, it's not great. It's not terrible. I feel that the parts when they're at school are really, really boring. When they go to the like actual get on set and have some jokes that reuse a lot, but are kind of okay jokes, I like those. And when the monsters are retarded things, I enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain level of goddamn, that is so stupid.
Police car that just yells cop.
Yeah, it just goes cop, 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 cop while shooting things. There's a level to that. And also the way they explode is very much Sentai. Like, you get a pulled out shot, they go, say like a few words, and then dumb explosion.
Right.
That just makes you go, this is the shittiest villain of the week. This season, but every episode.
Yes. I just wish that it could be more focused on like just the humor of it and not worry less about the life of Komugi outside of these zany things that go on in her life.
But it's got a universe to build about idol culture.
It really doesn't though.
It's doing it.
I know that's what it's doing. I'm not liking that part. And yeah, the CG dance sequences are really bad. I've seen that done decently. Like Love Live has done it well, and they only use it when they have to do like 20 characters at once, which makes a lot more sense than one.
Yes, it does. That is just true. Now, Jay, I'm going to talk about how I feel. Nah, Jay, go right ahead.
No, Dan.
You go right ahead. Jay, how do you feel? What are your thoughts? What struck you about this anime? I'm just going to leave for the next 20.
Nurse Witch Komugi R is possibly the worst thing I've ever had to watch for Gigaboots. It was painfully boring. Oh, I'm sorry, Weeaboots. Wait, did I say Gigaboots? I don't know.
Whatever, same diff.
Whatever. It's your goddamn podcast, technically. I just keep host episodes. Anyhow, fucking Go check out the Weeaboots YouTube channel. There you
We
go.
have
There's your
videos
plug.
about Mighty Number 9.
Anyhow, yes.
Like 10 of them a week.
So, okay,
that's a
Nurse
dark
Witch Komugi
future.
R is possibly the goddamn worst thing I had to watch for Weeaboots. It was painfully boring. The jokes were cringingly bad and flat. That's the thing, like the humor is so flat, and it seems to mistake the whole thing of, oh, see, we're doing this Sentai thing. That makes it a parody. That's not what a parody is. You're just doing this thing that this other thing does. Go fuck yourself. Like I said, the jokes are horribly flat for me all the time, and it's so bland and boring that whenever a joke does land, I'm like, fuck you, I'm too bored to care. There's like the joke. There was 2 jokes in the first episode that I thought were funny. Carrot Monster is changing people into different things, and he hits like a cardboard cutout of the Durango Gang from Yatterman, and it turns into the Durango Gang from Yatterman Nights. And apparently, it also hits a. I didn't notice this. Apparently, it also hits like a Gotcha Man one as well, and it turns into the Gotcha Man crowd. And like that was amusing. And then the very end, Komugi doesn't get to do her idol acting thing for a movie, and her best friend's bodyguard stands in for her, and he's wearing this little schoolgirl's outfit, and he's ripped as shit, and that was funny.
Yeah.
Apparently,
and the director's like, good job on this, by the way, Komugi. And he's like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And then the director's like, say, I'm going to get dinner after this. Would you like to come?
Yeah.
That was the funniest joke in the whole series, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Yeah, that was, and apparently you said they keep reusing that. Because, okay, let me just say, I abandoned this series.
He stopped just barely before the end of episode 2, so he didn't even get to see that joke again.
I stayed long enough to understand the dynamic between what these magical girls were. Because it does do this different thing of, oh, well, they're not part of a team, they're competitive against one another. Well, you know, I've already seen Card Captor Sakura with competitive magical characters battling over cards. And it was...
It's a satire, Jay.
Yeah, the thing that infuriates me so much is that what this is a reboot of. Because Tatsunoko has done really, really good reinventions of their old properties, or at very least interesting reinventions. You know, they did Cast Certain Sins, they made it like, you know, this dark dystopian post-apocalyptic robot series. They turned Gatchaman crowds into Gatchaman into this completely different thing. They made Yatterman Nights, which was like kind of this bleak, subversive sequel to the original Yatterman. It was really good ideas, and I really liked and appreciated all that. You know, I can at very least say I appreciated what they were trying to do with those. There is no artistic merit. There is nothing praiseworthy. They took a fantastic series, or technically a spin-off, a good spin-off to a fantastic series, and made absolute dreck out of it. The segments, you know, Bob was talking about, like the segments when they're in school, are fucking boring. That's a good third of an episode. Then there's the boring, goddamn atrocious idle CGI sequence, which is goddamn boring and atrocious looking to boot. The animation is subpar. The character designs are hideous. Like, it's generic magical girl schlock. And just to see something that was a really good parody of that, just completely lose what the fuck it was, but still trying to pretend it still is that thing. Yeah, you're not a parody of dumb magical girl animes. You are just a goddamn shitty magical girl anime.
I think the absolute worst part, easily, the absolute worst part of just, why did you do this at all, are the dance numbers. Like, no human being could possibly find that to be a good use of their time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, it is just stunningly bad. It is straight up running on a PC level quality. It doesn't look like real CG. It looks like the PS4 does this exact thing better. Like, there was a free-to-play game at the launch of the PS4 that looked better than these sequences.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could pull up a gameplay session of Persona 4 Dancing All Night, and it would look miles better
because the animations are good.
Yeah,
Like at all.
like I think like it was so painful too, like just seeing this Vocaloid garbage where like at the end like she kind of like balls her hands up and like puts them by her face in this kind of cutesy pose, but they couldn't even animate her hands like actually making like a full kind of like closing all the way, so it just kind of looked really awkward. And it's just
I love when they cut straight from it to anime.
In episode 2 or 3,
Yeah.
I think it was 3. 3, I believe, is the first time they just straight up, they end with it showing the stage in the 3D sequence, and then they cut to the 2D version of that exact thing, and it's like I
Never do that.
I normally internalize a good bit of my thoughts and criticisms while watching this, but I was watching a Komugi with Bob, and I just, at that moment, you had to know that you shouldn't do that. Like, that, no! You have seen how 3D looks in anime. What were you thinking?
yeah, because I mean like this is by far the worst application of CGI in an anime. Because like this anime is boring.
I don't know about that.
Like this anime is just on its own. Had I have no history with the franchise,
They should go back to the Death Note TV series and make real CGI. Just like the movie. Then it'll match.
Oh no.
let's not go there, Dan. Anyhow,
Let's not talk about the TV series or the movie.
okay, so yeah, like this anime would just be painfully boring if it wasn't for the fact that like it has this pedigree to it, and it's shitting all over said pedigree. So now it's not only boring, but fucking aggravating to me on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, that shows.
Yeah.
Bob, do you agree that the dance numbers are the worst part?
Yeah, they're probably.
And
the
if we
worst
remove
part.
those, you're saying the school.
Yeah, then the school is the worst part.
It would be something if it was inventive at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's very by the numbers when it comes to school relationships and things like that. Like, characters lack depth. The interactions aren't interesting.
Yeah,
it's not zany or wacky enough to warrant being humorous. Like, it just doesn't know what the fuck. It wants to do like all these different things. Like it feels like it's trying to like, oh well, idols are popular thing, so we'll do the idols thing. But like, also it's a magical girl anime. But also we need the idol singing scene that looks like a shitty goddamn Vocaloid CGI sequence. Just everything. Just and it's a pile of tropes just lined up. And it's not even lined up in an interesting, unique way. It is just, no, this is how this normally goes in your generic, boring-ass magical girl series or Sentai series. It is that.
Yeah. So this feels like it crept out of last season into this season. Does anybody else get that feeling of like, I thought we were past this, guys? Come on. Can you have released this at the same time as that Digimon turd? Like, really just group all the garbage together and burn it?
Yeah,
Burnable trash. That's what I categorize this as.
Yeah, because,
Burn the servers.
Yeah, so this one in particular, like, okay, because I watched Erase. Then I watched Ava 3.33. Then I watched this. I got to wash down Ava 3.33 with this pig squeal.
Yeah.
Bob, you're about to say something.
I'm trying to rate it against the other terrible ones from last season. I feel like I'd rather watch this than
a lot of the things.
Yeah.
I'd rather
like
watch.
last season was so bad.
I'd rather watch this than the Digimon movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. Digimon still tends that tower of worst thing ever.
Implied seeds of chaos. We would like to see those seeds of chaos, please. Nope. Just know that he's upset about that chair that fell over.
That overwalk was his best friend.
I'm just saying.
He was born on that overwalk.
I got to see giant monsters fight in 2 episodes.
I got to see a camera turn into a dumbass monster that screamed film at people and delivered one of the 2 good jokes. Yeah, the series really isn't funny enough. I think that's definitely the problem here. If it was funnier, it would be forgivable, but it's not quite funny enough.
They need to be goofier.
This is the poor man's Puni Puni Poemi. And when I say poor, I mean like this is the Salvation Army. This is the Salvation Army's like hand me down magical girl Puni Puni Poemi.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of animation reviews from last season. This is definitely better than Digimon. What were the other terrible ones?
Sakurako Investigates.
This is... that's hard.
Oh,
That's
fine, fuck.
What other one?
That is hard.
There was one more.
Can I say no to both? I'm going to say no to both.
That's the safe answer.
Don't do it. Just don't. If you got to choose one, just kill yourself. Then you don't have to watch either.
Yeah, I
actually enjoyed all the other series he's directed more than this.
Oh, yeah? Hayate the Combat Butler.
Hayate the Combat Butler
Mayo
wasn't that
Chiki.
great, but Mayo Shiki was a little bit too pervy, and same with Oniai, but they were still funny.
Yeah. I heard...
Skate Dan was really good.
Yeah, I heard great thing about
great
Sket Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it should be funnier. I hate how much time they spent with Usopp, which is the main character's alien, the bunny alien.
Yeah, the
setting
mascot.
up the contract, basically. And it's not like dark enough or weird enough to be funny. It's just like, hey, I'll get rid of that cockroach, but you've got to work for me forever. And they tried to act coy about like, oh, she's doing something altruistic. And then it became, oh, we're just trying to get these cards because we're addicted to collecting them.
Yeah,
like that was an obvious turn.
I was looking for the original series on YouTube last night, and I ended up finding the intro, which is literally the start of the series is just Usopp basically giving a rundown of the super basics of the mechanics of how these magical girls work, and that starts. It's like within 2 minutes, probably more like 40 seconds.
Yeah.
That would have been a much better choice to make here.
Right.
Yeah, knowing what I know now, a lot of the choices they made are confounding here, and I feel like they went to play this series a lot more straight, and be like, oh, here's your idol bullshit, here's your other bullshit. You want this, right? Because Japan right now seems like they want this, right? So on one hand, it's like, man, you guys are assholes. On the other hand, it's like, man, you got to think about like, what are the market realities of Japan where they're like, hey, turn that thing that was intelligent into fucking swill right now, because these fuckers will eat it.
Yeah.
They're probably going to sell a good bit of statues and models and actions.
Okay,
action figures.
One thing that people kind of, if you like a magical girl anime, if you like animes, cutesy, young anime girl characters in it, people kind of look at you like you're some sort of weird, creepy pedophile, and it's one of those things like, a lot of those shows have a merit to them. They have good storytelling, great characters, and there's something that actually draws you into it.
Yeah, like in a...
This is a show for pedophiles. You're watching the show purely for adorable little girls. There is nothing else of merit.
It makes attempts.
It's just not good. It really does try. It doesn't do it well.
No, it really doesn't.
Oh, wow. Good job, Timmy. You came in 15th place at the Special Olympics. How fucking wonderful. Here's your ribbon.
If he came in at 15th place, but for one part of the race, his pants slipped down and he showed a little ass crack, you weren't saying he was strip dancing on the fucking field. That's what I'm saying here. Of the idea was to make something funny and then also play it straight with the fucking idol bullshit. It wasn't just here's your pervy bullshit, because they even make a joke. You didn't see it. There was a joke in episode 3 where, what was that monster?
It was
something that cats would wreck. Fish. It was a fish.
Oh yeah, it was a koi.
It was a Nishiki koi. Yeah. In any case, fucking the fish monster is ungrabbable, and the main character's trying to grapple it so she can fight it, and she's like, I can't grab onto it, and it spits out some water and just sprays her across the field. And when she gets up, she's like, oh, my clothes are transparent. But there's the shitty director police line tape around everything, and it's like, we can't show this. And then it cuts away immediately. And it's just that was kind of funny. And I worry on the home release.
That all started appealing to that pedophile market I was speaking about just a moment ago.
It comes with a body pillow and a VR game. We laugh now because that isn't now. That's tomorrow.
Yes.
Once tomorrow becomes today, we'll stop laughing and get sad.
2017 isn't that far away.
Cocculus drift.
This I don't know what to say. It's just the fact that like Tatsunoko, like I said, they've been doing really creative shit with their, trying to reinvent old properties. And then they did this. They took a property that was already really inventive and creative.
Well, yeah, they got to balance it. They did the creative spins on old schlock. Now they got to turn creative things into schlock. You're welcome.
Yeah, it is just...
The contract is done. This is what you signed on the line, Jason Singh. This is what you promised Satan. For your good, Yatterman.
It's...
Don't think about the way I phrased that too long.
Yeah,
But yeah, no. This feels like something that tries to be funny, and then that idol sequence doesn't mesh with any of the rest of it in any meaningful way. It isn't like at no point in Gourmet Girl Graffiti did you see the food and go, "What's with these food sequences?" Like, no, it meshed with everything else. It was a part of the whole that made sense. That
man, we've watched a lot of shitty anime.
We're watching a lot of anime. That's how that works. Enjoy your hobby. In any case, it meshes into it. Somebody who would be watching that would want to see the food. Somebody who would be watching Komugi R, like, I don't feel like they're just in the middle of that idol sequence being like, yeah! Like, or, oh man, that's so cool!
It opens on one of those idol sequences, so I don't know anymore. Like, is that would have
At least that one was dumb.
Yeah.
No,
like, that one was really dumb because, like, people broke onto the stage and she was flying around on a platform. Like, it was dumber than
Komugi-cation.
Okay, yeah, that is.
Komugi-cation.
Yeah, okay, so there's the one positive of the series for me. They have a boatload of shitty puns. Like, the cards that they collect are called fancy cards with fan-C. The name of the transformations are Tomboy Girl. So Tomboy Girl. There's just tons and tons of those that are just so dumb, and it's just like, man, they just keep pouring it on the viewer.
Yeah. And it's just like they're really not inventive puns or...
What are you talking about? Fancy cards and Fantasyland? God. Yeah.
I hate the series. I really do.
You do?
Like
I got that vibe from Bob, but you?
Yeah, like had I not had to watch this for Weeaboots, I probably would have stopped midway through the first episode.
That describes a lot of Weeaboots for me.
True.
Wouldn't it have been great to stop watching Terror in Resonance at any point and gone, well, it's gone to shit. Let's get out.
Right? God.
Yeah.
I feel like by episode 7, it's irredeemable.
Yeah.
Because episode 5 was bad enough to be like, oh, that was terrible, but maybe she's dealt with and, like, not coming back because she gets shot on a missile to the moon. I don't know.
I'm between episodes.
Right? That way you don't even have to see it. It's just, she's gone now. Thank you. Man, shit. Yeah, I could not recommend this to anyone. Ever. It doesn't land on anything. The idol sequences aren't great or inventive or look good. The humor is almost there, but not quite.
Yeah, you'd be better served with just like a regular one of those idol animes, I think.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you would probably be better off with a regular idol anime. If you want a magical girl anime, like, especially if you want something that has like this kind of dynamic of, I really want very specifically girls in cute outfits that are being hyper competitive over collecting cards. Go watch Card Captor Sakura. It's one of the best goddamn examples of the magical girl genre. And this was, So yeah, if you're looking for something that scratches this specific itch, you won't get idol sequences. But I mean, you could probably just have like a Vocaloid program playing in the background. You'd get the same experience.
So we're going to now review these out of 10. I've made this decision at Gigaboots/Weeaboots Incorporated. We are now doing that.
Whoa.
I give this anime a 5 out of 10. You shouldn't watch things below a 7 if you respect yourself.
see, my scale's completely different from yours because...
I'll watch anything.
Well, no, because to me,
I watch all the way down to 2.5.
Like to me, like 5 and 6 are it's average.
Would you also fuck everything all the way down to 2.5?
I guess that's where he's
That's
coming
kind
from.
of dark.
Because to me, like,
at some point, it's like a dumpster dressed up as a woman.
yeah, like
What are you giving it?
Like, yeah, I consider like a 5 and a 6 to be average. So, because, that's in the middle.
I consider once we hit 4, it is excruciatingly painful for me to watch, and this was not Digimon, so...
Yeah, to me, like, this is a 3.
I don't start falling asleep in the middle of it. So.
It was horribly boring, and just... It's trying to be a parody without understanding what the fuck makes an actual parody.
I don't think it is anymore. I think it's a source material they're rebooting was a parody, and they're like, well, let's play straight.
But they're kind of not, is the weird thing.
I don't feel it goes far enough, like you were saying, to be a parody. So I do feel like they were like, how do we reinvent the source material? It's a crazy parody. Make it a normal one. It's just going to be bad, right?
Yeah, why couldn't they just make it Madoka Magica? That would have been...
I don't know.
Like, seriously, like, I want to see, like, tranny magical girl lose her head. There you go.
But yeah, at no point in finishing watching any of these episodes was I literally angry that I wasted my time. Would I have done it on my own free will had we not had to review it? No. So yeah, that's what lands at about a 5 for me because, viewing on your own free time, you shouldn't watch anything below a 7. Like, life's short. Don't.
Yeah, use the IGN scale when you have to. It's 7 to 10. That's where the game's really like.
I'm just saying, like, there's a whole spectrum. Check this out. It's kind of like cinematography. It's like video. There's all these shades of darkness and brightness. You got to represent the whole thing. You say this is a 3. That only gives you 2 points to give like Digimon and other things.
Digimon, that's saying this pit.
There's a whole dimension of a Kami ga Kill, a Digimon to just go into. That first episode of A Kami ga Kill, man. Oh no, my childhood friends.
Yeah,
that sort of thing always aggravates me more than this, which is just not great.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will say A Kami ga Kill is worse than this.
I'll say donkey punching, probably. But Bob, let's talk about you.
What's up?
What do you give this? You've had time to think.
Right. I mean.
Turn in your test. Hands on the table.
I'm probably gonna say like 5.5, maybe go up to a 6, maybe.
Okay.
But,
yeah, but you agree with me. Don't watch anything below a 7.
Right? No, don't. I would not recommend this. Like, I watched this the first episode when it was released. I did not come back to it till we decided we were gonna do it for Weeaboots because I was like, that was enough.
Yeah, we just gotta mix it up on Weeaboots. We can't just watch all the good things. We gotta watch a lot
we should watch Alcana. I couldn't make it through that first episode.
That's okay.
So that's a great choice.
No,
next
fine.
time.
No, that's not mixing it up.
No, we need another good one, Bob.
Next week we're gonna watch Myriad Colors Phantom World. Join us then. Thanks for listening to this episode of Weeaboots. Go check out our video game coverage over at Gigaboots on YouTube and consider supporting us via Patreon so we can continue making Weeaboots. Jay from HailZeon.com is HailZeon on YouTube, and our theme song is Android by Luckhash. You can check out more music from Luckhash at www.luckhash.com.